Hey, here we are again, Route 66, our journey through the Bible. We're in another book of the Bible. We're going to spend a couple of days in these. These are very short books of the Bible. We'll spend 2 days in Galatians. Galatians is the letter that Paul wrote to a group of churches, probably in an area. And he's encouraging them and challenging them with some false teaching that's been going on. And the truth is, salvation is by grace, not by the law. And so he begins in Galatians chapter 1 with the true gospel. He rebukes the Galatians for turning to a different gospel, not a gospel of grace, but a gospel of law. He defends that his message, this gospel, came directly from Jesus, and he describes his conversion and his early ministry. And in chapter 2, he compares the two, grace, law. He confronts Peter. He talks about this when he confronted Peter about the hypocrisy that he had, and insists that salvation is by faith. It's by grace, not by works, not by the law. One of the key truths is here in Galatians chapter 2. I am crucified with Christ. Not I, but Christ lives in me. It's Christ living through me. That's the Christian life. It's not me trying to live the Christian life. It's Christ living through me. You can't live the Christian life. Only Jesus can. So he must live it through you. That's grace. And then in chapter 3, he explains that believers receive the Spirit by faith, not by works. Abraham was justified by faith before he was even circumcised, before he entered into the law, before he did what God commanded. The law serves as a temporary guardian until Christ came. And now that Christ came, the law is to bring us to Christ. New believers are children of God by faith. And we'll finish up Galatians tomorrow. But some lessons from today's reading. One, protect the gospel. You know, the gospel of Jesus Christ is being attacked now, maybe more than ever before. The simplicity of the gospel, and it's being attacked. Refuse any message that tries to add extra requirements to salvation. You have to be saved and do this and this and this and this. You're not saved until you do this and this and this and this. Salvation is receiving Jesus. To believe in Jesus and receive him. John 1:12, as many as received him, he gave power to become children of God, even to them that believe on his name. So protect the gospel, the simple gospel. Second lesson, live by faith. I think that's one of the problems we have is Christians aren't living by faith. They're trying to live by other means. Start your day with a simple prayer. Lord, I'm trusting you for today. It's not my performance. I'm trusting you today. Live through me. And then walk in your identity. Remind yourself who you are. I am a child of God by faith in Jesus Christ, especially when you feel unworthy. You know, there's so many times we feel unworthy, and maybe rightfully so when we're not living up to what we should be living, but that doesn't mean we're not a child of God anymore. We should just remind ourselves, you know what? I'm a child of God by faith in Jesus Christ. Not by my performance, but I want my performance to reflect that I'm one of God's children. So these are some good things to remind yourself as